Joao Pedro is a player Chelsea like. The people at Chelsea like him and he is highly linked by Chelsea. And I'm very sure some of you guys will be asking why Chelsea love him, why Chelsea like him, why Chelsea want to sign him. The reason is this. Joao Pedro is well talented, and one thing about him is that he can play in multiple positions. He can play as a left winger. He can play as a right winger. He can play behind the striker, and also he can play as a striker. And based on say Christopher Nkunku will leave Chelsea, also Joao Felix will leave Chelsea. So Chelsea need a player who will come in and fill the gap and play in multiple positions. And they have already identified Joao Pedro as a player who can come in and do that. It is understood that Brighton are open on selling this particular player because the player himself want to leave. He want to leave and try new challenge. So Chelsea are there. It is understood that Chelsea has already contacted Brighton about this particular player. Although nothing has been agreed yet, but Chelsea are there. Not only him, Mohamed Kudus of West Ham United is another player Chelsea like. And Chelsea are also in talks with West Ham United to see if they can be able to sign Kudus. Kudus is dissenting with Joao Pedro. Kudus can play from the left. He can play from the right. He can play as a striker and also he can play behind the striker. Right now we have two strikers. Yes, Ryan Delap and also Nicholas Jackson. But Chelsea need a player who can be able to play in multiple positions. And that's why they are in talks with West Ham United and also Brighton. Yes, so we have to keep eye on what will happen in this particular one as Chelsea are still there. Also, Jamie Gittens of Borussia Dortmund. Chelsea are still there. Chelsea tried their best to sign this guy before the Club World Cup, but they were unable to do it. So as it stands now, Chelsea are preparing for another bid for this particular player. This particular player don't want to go anywhere else except Chelsea. He has already agreed with Chelsea on personal terms. So the only thing remaining right now is club-to-club agreement. That is Chelsea and Borussia Dortmund for two of them to agree on a fee for Jimmy Giddens to join Chelsea. So Chelsea are still pushing. Chelsea are still pushing. Jimmy Giddens, Mohamed Kudus, Joao Pedro. So we have to keep eye on whom Chelsea will sign. And also don't forget Fofana of Olympique Lyon. He's a player Chelsea also love. Chelsea like him and Chelsea are trying to find the best opportunity to sign a winger who will come in and replace Jadon Sancho, who has already returned to Manchester United, and also a wingers who can be able to play in multiple positions to come and replace Christopher Nkunku and Joao Felix. Share your thoughts and follow for more.